Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Here I have a great article for you guys from Fierce Wireless. I will leave a link to it in the description. Now, this is an older article. The reason I pulled it up is because now that Verizon and AT&T have gained access or early access to the C-band blocks, a lot of you have been saying now that must mean that T-Mobile will have access to their blocks as well, which is true. So the next question is, what will T-Mobile do? Will they accelerate? Will they build it out this year already? And I've talked to a few people and I wanted to share my opinion. T-Mobile is going to be very disciplined with this next build out. So earlier in the year, or early last year, they discussed deploying the spectrum in a dual band radio. So it's one panel that they're going to put on the sites that has a radio that can do both frequencies, the DoD and the C-band. I think, and I'm very confident, they're going to remain disciplined with that strategy. They have absolutely zero plans for this capital year to deploy any C-band and DoD at big scale. There's going to be a few deployments, or there have already been a few deployments, but those are more for testing. That's not anything remotely close to a commercial scale. It might be 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 5 sites in some markets, but that's just mostly for testing. 2024 is when they will start really deploying this commercially, where you're going to actually see this at some scale. And then the unknown is still, how big are they going to deploy this? That is still the unknown. Neville, when he was in charge of the network, which he's no longer in charge, discussed using the DoD and C-band as a protection layer to congestion. Sites that are slowing down, sites that may already be congested, those will get C-band DoD first. That's what he discussed. I don't know internally if that's still the same plan. They might start in 2024 and start a mass scale deployment of this. That is currently unknown. But looking at current CapEx, the 9 to 10 billion run rate that they want to be at, I don't think they have another big CapEx year plan to deploy C-band DoD in the top 100 markets at full scale. I don't see it. There's not enough CapEx to fund that, especially with all the other stuff that they still have to do. They got to deploy new site builds to grow the coverage. They got to upgrade legacy small cells to N41. They got to deploy additional small cells. So their CapEx is already pretty much booked for 2024. I do anticipate some of that CapEx to go for C-band DoD. They said as much, but I don't expect a full-scale deployment of C-band DoD right in 2024. I expect that to be gradually increased 2024, some sites 2025, some 2026, and I think that's how they'll gradually move with this spectrum. Now, there's going to be some first-round markets that will likely get more C-band and DoD than others. Like, for example, El Paso, we don't necessarily have the great spectrum portfolio in N41. A lot of it here is fragmented. Some is owned by the education side. So we don't have access to, like, say, 180 megahertz or 150 even, or 200, right? Or 194, whatever it is. We tap out at 80. And in some cases, when the devices are ready, they're going to be able to do maybe another 40 megahertz aggregated on that. But as you can see, it's kind of a mess. So here, I would anticipate them to deploy the C-band DoD sooner and at a bigger scale because of the limitations of N41 here and them having such large market share penetration here in this market. And I anticipate that for other markets as well that have lower spectrum on N41, that are not as contiguous, that are more fragmented. I anticipate C-band DoD to be deployed there at a bigger scale. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading your guys' comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.